So we're gathered here today to talk about child-free Peace.
The secret to a long, happy, and healthy marriage is simple. Don't have kids. What is up, everybody? It is Kelsey with Diary of the Child Free, and today I want to go over some of the key differences between marriages with and without children. As my husband says, a relationship is not 50-50, it's 100-100. Obviously, there is some compromising with that statement, but each party should be putting in their full or at least best effort. We never assign gender roles or expectations onto tasks. We simply take turns, as well as observe how the other person may be feeling. We both take turns cooking, cleaning, picking up after ourselves, doing yard work, amongst other things. This was particularly important during the period in our lives when we were both working very long hours, the both of us, just because we needed to have a system going so that everything was managed and taken care of. Now that I'm working less hours than before, I've, without hesitation, taken on more of those tasks simply because I know that I have the time and it's not going to hurt me, but it also takes that added stress off of my husband, who continues to work those longer hours. And if we ask for help, neither of us has an issue lending a hand, because it's often easier to just take a few minutes out of your day or what you're doing to make a task easier. I believe the most common issue I see amongst couples with children is that the mother is often the one who's taking on the majority of those daily tasks. Whether they work as well or a stay-at-home mom, both are difficult tasks when you factor in the addition of cooking, cleaning, and so on, without really ever getting a proper break. If both parties wanted said child or children, I believe the effort and commitment should be equal or at least matched in some way. Otherwise, I see the issue of resentment building over time. And my husband and I see it all the time with loveless marriages, where the couple is simply staying together all for the benefit of the children, which at the end of the day can almost, sometimes not always, cause more damage than good. Now, in my personal opinion, communication and connection may just be one of the most important aspects of a marriage. I say this because my husband and I did long distance for the first good chunk of our relationship as well as our marriage. We had to learn to be patient, stay up to date with one another, and simply make the time and effort into each other's lives, even though we were thousands of miles apart. Additionally, this did give us the benefit of getting to know each other through and through, because we were forced to actually work on that communication and building that connection without being physically present. As of lately, I see so many people rush into relationships, marriages, following with children, that they don't really allot the time to really get to know the person that they plan on spending their life with, let alone having children with. More often than not, once those children are grown or eventually leave the house, you are essentially left with a partner who almost feels stranger-like. People grow and change over time, and when the focus isn't necessarily on your relationship, but more so children, you don't necessarily realize that those things are occurring, and so it's easy for people to stray apart. Being child-free, my main focus is my husband, so I am constantly communicating with him and building that connection. We have had countless conversations and connection building through the course of the years that we've been together, and yet still, when we have these deep conversations or little things come up here and there, we're always learning something new about one another. Most importantly, we have grown up together and continue to do so. We got married rather young in comparison to what is deemed the normal nowadays, but we know that we aren't even close to those people we were back then, but because we were able to make those changes together knowingly, it brought us closer together, and we've been able to become the best versions of ourselves. Some people will likely have to take this with a little grain of salt, but many couples with kids often envision their idea of quality time as being away from their kids. And often enough, from what we've seen, sometimes they even don't want to be around their partner either. We see this kind of representation all the time in the media, TV shows, and just discussed all the time amongst other people if you interact with them. And so I've had it go as far as having a family friend tell me that after my husband and I would hit the 5-year mark, we would most likely start to hate each other. Well, we are going on 8 years and I still love him to bits. I married my husband because we connected so well. We never get tired of spending time with each other, and we honestly have each other's best interests. Often enough, we joke that essentially we're the same people, only in 2 different bodies. He's the one person, and honestly maybe the only person, that I never get tired of being around 24/7. So with that being said, why would I want to share him with children? That would just be something that would make us both miserable. We both enjoy every second of the quality time we get to spend together, regardless of what it may be. It could be driving in the car, going on a date, traveling, or simply enjoying our quiet time alone together. It doesn't always have to be these big grand gestures when you spend time together, but simply valuing those simple, smaller moments in addition to those bigger ones. Quality time is both what you make of it as well as the effort that you put in. Having a child-free marriage has only been met with positivity as well as enlightenment. We have 0 regrets because our choice has allowed the opportunity for so many experiences that we wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And speaking honestly, children would just bring nothing to the table for us except maybe divorce. So I want to know your thoughts and any additional benefits you may want to add in regards to child-free marriages, relationships, or partnerships. Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more, make sure to like and subscribe to stay posted. And as always, keep being authentically child-free.